Hello. Hi, hello. Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday again. It's Wednesday again. Uh, and that's fine. It's a good start already. It's a good start to the show. It's Wednesday again, and that's fine. That's the show for this week. Thank you for coming. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Thank you for coming. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. And I'm going to just say it outright at the top of the show. Some good news last night. We don't get to say that we got good news too often, as far as I'm concerned these days, this year. But we got some good news the other night. I was thinking last night when Mamdani was giving his speech, which is a great speech. You should watch it, in New York. And I was thinking about back in February, maybe. I was doing an episode of this show, and right before it, some ICE goons had been some DHS goons were abducting somebody, and there was a video of a guy who I had not heard of before going up and shouting at them and fighting to get through the crowd, to get to the person, to defend them, to do all sorts of stuff. And it was Zoran Mamdani, and that was the first time I had heard of him. And now he's the mayor of New York. So congrats to Mayor-elect Mamdani, and I'm pretty sure that's because I posted a video of him on the show at one point. I think that's what this is. So that's just, listen, I'm not saying it is that way. I'm just saying that it's hard to prove that it's not because of the clip that I put on the show back all those many months ago. But and I have a migraine right now, so you can't. Don't push me too hard because I will cry if I get pushed too hard in any other direction. Anyway, this is going to be a messy show because I do have, as I mentioned on Blue Sky, a bit of a migraine. I don't have much going on. I wasn't even going to do the show. I was actually going to just cancel it for today, but I was like, I did this in part to prove to myself that I could keep going with stuff. So here we are. Bear with me. I've probably done myself no favors by pouring coffee upon coffee upon coffee today, in an ill-fated attempt to get rid of the migraine. I'm probably locking it in for the whole day with all this coffee, but bottoms up. I should drink some water. You know what I should drink? Maeve Chan in chat says water. I'll do you one better. A Spindrift sparkling water with real squeezed fruit. Blood orange tangerine, proudly made the hard way. Spindrift. Nature's medicine. Brought to you by Spindrift. The show is brought to you, of course, today by Spindrift, as always. We are in 2025. Maeve Chan in chat has also noted that something came out quite a number of years ago, 24 years ago, in fact, right around this time. I want to say the 9th, I think, is what was said in chat, of 2001, excuse me, Halo. Halo Combat Evolved. And if you are watching the show and you did not get to see it a few weeks ago, I had Lorraine McLeese on the show, and we talked a bit about Halo and working on it and the manual and the differences between the manual as it came out and what was right beforehand. Very fun stuff. I hope to do, if Lorraine is up for it, another one soon. And I will just get over this migraine first, and then maybe we can plan that. I think that'd be fun. So today, again, in the interest of just diving in, I don't know how long I'm going to go for. I don't know how long I can go for. It feels like my head is being squeezed real tight. So I'm actually having a tough time. And maybe this is, if I collapse on stream, maybe just, have the ambulance ready for me. I'm like having a hard time gathering and capturing my words. So that's pretty cool. Yes, it's the new, Halo. It's the new PS5 game that's coming out. Which is, this is just weird to me. I don't think it's quite as weird as when I saw Sonic the Hedgehog on a GameCube game. I still think to this day that felt weird. Halo on PS5, what are consoles now anyway, right? But yeah, it's weird. We live in weird times, unprecedented times. But last night, unprecedented good news, so we'll take it. So, I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's just read some manuals. I don't know. I didn't even usually queue up like gameplay, etc., all that kind of stuff. Crazy Taxi on GameCube was normal, but it didn't feel right. Crazy Taxi has to be on the Dreamcast for me. I'm not bothering. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. Or in an arcade machine. Or I could do an arcade of Crazy Taxi. That'd be okay. I love Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi is such a good game. But we're not going to talk about Crazy Taxi. We've done Crazy Taxi before. We are going now to talk about some Master System games. And again, I'm just going to jump right into them. There you go. Halo, the first Halo, Combat Evolved. But no, we're not talking about Halo. We're talking about an action fighter from an earlier era. Action fighter for the Sega Master System. Woo! Take the motorcycle from Hang On, equip it with high-tech weaponry, and give it the ability to transform itself into an aircraft or car, and you've got Action Fighter. This is just in case you weren't totally sold on the concept when you bought the game by looking at the front and back of the box. You open it up, and the manual is reminding you bought an exciting sounding video game. So there you go. Halo 2, there we go. Halo 2 was 11/9/2002. Halo 1 was November 15th, I guess. So there we go. November. A big month for, I guess, everything, right? Didn't Ocarina of Time come out in November, and Metal Gear Solid, November, video games. November. We have like a lot of people have breaks in December for Christmas. What we really should have is a break throughout the month of November to play all the cool video games. Speaking of cool video games, breaking news from right before the stream started. Unbeatable, the upcoming game from D-Cell, which looks amazing, which looks really cool, it was supposed to come out tomorrow. It has gotten a last minute delay. It will be now coming out on December 9th. So please, I was going to say update your wish list. You don't have to do that. I don't know why I would say that's not even a thing, but in your mind, update your wish list. And I'll be there day one because that game looks freaking awesome. So there we go. A little breaking news for you. Now we'll dive right into Action Fighter. Part of me wanted to do these manuals today because they all have this very soft look. I don't think I can deal with a lot of colors or light right now. Hold on, my phone is blowing up. Okay, my phone's blowing up. There we go, Action Fighter. Let's do a manual, man. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Insert your cartridge. Insert control pad 1, insert control pad 2. What's happening? You are the Super Rider, attempting to carry out 5 sets of instructions. And hi, DevPods GG, good to see ya. It is a perfect title. I've forgotten it though. Action Fighter. I should just cancel these shows if I get a migraine. You are the Super Rider, attempting to carry out 5 sets of instructions. This is done in 5 rounds, 1 set per round. You will encounter both air and ground battles. Thus, your vehicle can alternately become an aircraft, a car, or a motorcycle. This is the Diddy Kong Racing of its day. When the game begins, the timer starts counting down from 999. As long as there is time remaining, play can be continued even if your vehicle is repeatedly destroyed. When the time is up, play continues until your reserve supply of vehicles has been depleted. The object of the game is to carry out as many missions as possible while avoiding enemy fire. It's most video games. These missions entail collecting various items on screen and destroying enemy vehicles. Also, try to increase your score, as this can build up your supply of vehicles. The game ends when the timer runs out and all of your vehicles have been destroyed. The game will also end when you have successfully completed all 5 rounds or missions. You get your vehicle. We get to see some enemy vehicles. And I'm going to tell you this much. I didn't get to do a lot of pre-reading. I usually don't do a lot of pre-reading for the show. Today, I especially didn't. Today, I basically took a few manuals from the Master System era that had fun names, and I just chose them. I did, however, look into this one very briefly, and you're about to see the reason why I selected this manual, and it is because, as we get to our things, the enemy vehicle, first one, is an ambulance named Peepoo. So we've got the Peepoo 1000 over here. Welcome, everybody. Tag yourself to I'm Peepoo 1000. Welcome. The Trin is in chat. First time chat. Hello. Thanks for coming. Getting through console cert takes time. Yes, absolutely. The Unbeatable devs were right to delay. Tough decision, but smart to make it. I think so, too. Cannot imagine waking up today, the day before launch, and then having to make that decision. But I think they made the right decision. That game is going to be awesome. They are doing incredible work, and I cannot wait for it. So there we go. And hopefully we can all pass the time until Unbeatable comes out next month on December 9th, by thinking about the Peepoo 1000 ambulance. It's worth 200 points, but it's priceless in our hearts. So that's the Peepoo 1000, which takes us to the new master. Same as the old. Sega VIP 9000. That's what we all are after reading all these manuals today. We're Sega VIPs. And then we got the Ferdinando FX high-speed car. 200 points. You've got the Roland Mark II-R. It's 700 points. It's a helicopter. Attacks your ground machine from above, equipped with ground torpedo. You've got a Helper, a rescue boat. Costero Twin. And Abbott. So I was about to say, I was like, is there an Abbott? Yep, there is an Abbott. Abbott and Costero. Abbott TS5, 150 points. You got the Arc 69, very nice. It is a PT boat. You got the Corsa and the Scorpion, which is a Whippet tank. So if you breathe it in, you'll get a little bit high, which we love. Dangerous game, but fun nonetheless. You've got the Roland Mark II. Is that different than the Roland? I don't know if there's a Roland versus a Roland, but this is another Mark II. It's a helicopter. The Backfire A4. The Human Rider, a man-powered hang glider. You got the Gash 4 jet spaceship, the Hawk LCM. And that's about it. I just thought they were cool. And we got to see the Peepoo 1000 out of this. And maybe it's my migraine. Maybe it's just being in a weird place because of the hope for a better future after yesterday's elections. Go Prop 50. Congrats to us in California. Sometimes California has a tendency to do the thing where like the rest of the country's doing something good and then California has a few good top line results and then one or two just unbelievably disappointing things. I'll always remember in 2008, Obama wins, all sorts of other stuff wins, and then Prop 8 passes in California, which was a terribly regressive policy. And just, I was worried that might happen, but California came through. So congrats to us. But anyway, it might be because of all these different conflicting emotions that I thought Peepoo 1000 would give me true life moving forward into November. So there we go. The Roland MK2 is also a drum machine. There we go. So there we go. The game always begins at ground run. A greater effort is required with each ensuing round. Isn't that the truth? We're not going to look at too much of this. The Sega truck. From time to time, the Sega truck will appear on the road. God, I wish. By properly connecting or docking with this truck, yep, your vehicle will earn extra capabilities. If you go here and you're able to dock the Sega truck to the Arc 69, you're going to be for a good time. You can take your Human Rider and dock to the Arc 69 with the Sega truck, and you're going to be doing just fine. You're going to be feeling real good. That is, of course, if you first collect the Peepoo 1000. To connect with the Sega truck, approach it from behind and make contact with its rear section. The first docking will give you the ability of firing 2 missiles simultaneously whenever you press button 2. The second and third docking gives the above benefits and also activates your auto missile. That's right. At that point, you're just cruising. By the third dock, you're just rolling. The auto missile can only be used against the helicopter, and it is to be fired from your ground vehicle. Press button 1 to fire. When your vehicle is destroyed, the number of successful dockings is canceled, reverting back to 0. When 3 dockings have been made, your vehicle will flash and become invincible for 15 seconds. I mean, that's just... Listen. The Sega truck. The Sega truck's doing a lot for me right now. I don't know what to say. I am having a tough roll. Everybody docked, and everybody's docking with the Arc 69 and the Peepoo 1000 and the Human Rider. If you dock 3 times, nothing can stop you. Crashing, your vehicle will crash in the following ways: upon contact with the curb, upon contact with an enemy vehicle, when hit by enemy fire, upon contact with the helicopter's mines. Scoring and bonuses. Yep, round 3 is top secret. Round 5 is top secret. I'm gonna guess round 3 is 50,000. Just given the gap here. A motorcycle is added to your reserves when you hit the following points, and there you go, right in your scorebook. Hints for better gameplay. Learn to use the control pad with speed and agility. Earn as many points as possible so as to increase your supplies of motorcycles. When driving a car, transform it back into a motorcycle when the road becomes narrow. This will allow you to easily maneuver the small, sharp turns. The Mega cartridge is intended exclusively for the Sega system. Do not bend it, crush it, or submerge it, and do not leave it in direct sunlight. And if you have any questions, you can just go to Sega at 573 Forbes Road in South San Francisco. Well, that's good. I'm not going to dock this game any points because I think that manual has earned the seal of quality. Thank you, Action Fighter. Now we're moving on to Black Belt. We're just cruising through, folks. You are a Black Belt master, one of the best, and you'll have plenty of chances to prove it. The game gives you a little free foot, which, in an era before the internet, you had to go to your Sega Master System for docking and feet picks, I guess. So that's just what it was. So masterful special effects over here. And then we scroll on down. Check out how to use your system. What's happening? Kyoko. Jesus Christ. Kyoko, your beautiful Japanese girl. Sometimes we read manuals, and they're from a different time. And so we read them. Again, this is the risk and reward of no real pre-reading. Kyoko, your beautiful Japanese girlfriend, has gotten herself into a beautiful Japanese mess. I don't know what that means. In order to rescue her, you must first get through a tireless army of enemies, but I apologize to everybody watching. They're mean, they're like machines, and some of them are armed. With whips, knives, swords, even flamethrowers. Plus, your arch-rival Wong is as skilled a master as you are. Fight smart and fight hard. Your only weapon is your well-trained, fine-tuned martial arts body. Whew! My goodness gracious. Mamma mia. We are working. Maeve Chan in chat points out the bunions on here. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know what kind of shoe you could even put on this foot, I'm gonna be honest. Some sort of like major orthotic stuff going on. So there you go. So far, no mention of the Peepoo 1000, but you can use your well-trained, fine-tuned martial arts body. Who's who? You are Ricky, the good guy in the white gi. Everyone else is the enemy. There are the little guys. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. They're the little guys, like Chinese kung fu men, wrestlers, jujitsu men in red, the Eagles. Fucking hate the Eagles, man. The ninja, and the dark women. Then there are the big guys, like Ryu, a kung fu master, Hawk, a whip and knife slinger, Gonta, the jujitsu man in black, Oni, the ninja with a red whip and red sword, Rita, the flamethrower, and finally Wang, the kung fu master with the same training as yours. My phone's blowing up still. I don't know why. Maybe because we're reaching a new pinnacle of video game manuals here today, and I apologize for anything. This manual, I'm really sorry. Okay. They all have their own, we might pull the ripcord on this manual. They all have their own special strengths and their personal weaknesses. Try to avoid the strengths and attack the weaknesses to give yourself a fighting chance to come up on top. Here we go. Riki, Hawk, Ryu, Gonta, Oni, Wong, Rita. Rita's got kind of a cool look. Okay, so we've got some issues with the manual thus far. I think that is fair. But I like the art that we're seeing here. So, try again. At the beginning of each game, you get 3 lives. When you lose all of them, the game is over. You can do it with losing additional life, etc., etc. The number of Rickies remaining. How many Rickies you got? There's lots of names. Just given what we read before, I don't feel like I'm going to just go and read the names. We might just sort of skip on through. Yeah. We'll just skip on through. Apologies, folks. Sometimes, without reading ahead, Black Belt seemed cool. It was cool for a while, and then it kept going. Where do you want me to scroll up to? Andrew Elmore, Destroy a little guy. Where was it? Destroy a little guy. See, this manual has its moments. Let's see here. When time is up or all the foes are destroyed. You're right. Know the score. You get 200 points for destroying a little guy. Let's destroy a little guy. Fantastic. I love it. Destroying a woman with flamethrower. Destroying a wrestler. These are all very good. Okay, see, there we go. I was skipping through because I was getting worried about what I was reading, and I was afraid that things were going to get even worse. But, yeah, so I'm going to bail immediately because there's a lot going on in this manual. But what about marksman shooting and trap shooting? How about that? I think this could go in any direction. This could be extraordinarily dry, but let's just find out. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this game teaches you how to destroy little guys and how to dock with the Sega truck, and doesn't have any of the deeply questionable commentary from the previous manual. Again, I'm not reading these in advance, so I'm going to drink the Spindrift for our weekly Spindrift retraction of the week, the manual for Black Belt. Marksman shooting. What's happening? That sounds like you're very confused. Marksman shooting. What happened? Did it say learn how to handle a wong? Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. The Sega Master System is just a little guy. Man. You're a member of the elite force Drannen. Terrorists are threatening to overtake the world. To stop them, you must shoot fast and aim true. You're on the firing line and every shot count. This is a lot different already than I expected from a game about marksman shooting. You're on the firing line and every shot counts. Training like this means that when you confront the terrorists, you're sure to win. After you finish one tough round, you've earned the right to another. With each round of targets, shooting time gets shorter and targets get harder to hit. You've either got to be good or be finished. There's no second chance. Hell yeah. Who's who? Yeah, that's true. All heroes and freedom fighters are called terrorists until they win. That's true. That's true. This game doesn't make any statement about who the good guy really is, or who I even am. It's who's who. It's just you and some of the world's trickiest targets. They'll bob, they'll weave, and with each round they'll get a little bit more sneaky and a lot faster. If you've got the skill, here's where to show it. What's what? Aim for the bullseye, score a hit, and the target will drop. That's great to know. Remember, the clock is ticking. You've got to make your mark, or you're out. Shoot straight and get another round. Miss, and it's goodbye. Taking control. It's easy. It's easy, no problem. Hey, no problem. Just plug in the light phase into port 1, aim and pull the trigger, okay? Stand about 4 to 6 feet from the screen. Now you're set to go. Blink once, though, and it's all over. It's easy. It's easy. Take control of the light phaser. Helpful hints. Your ammunition is unlimited, so fire away. Need a bigger challenge? Try shooting left-handed. What if you are left-handed? Way ahead of you. I'm not left-handed. My daughter's left-handed. Love the Mets. Let's go. Mets baseball. New York. We should be reading this manual in a stereotypical New York accent because to celebrate Mayor-elect Mamdani. Trap shooting. What's happening? What's happening? Here's a fast-moving game to test your reflexes. You're a champion trap shooter out for a little practice. 2 targets pop up. Bam, bam. You demolish them. 2 more. Bam, bam. You're hot. Brap, brap, brap. You're air-holing the targets. 2 targets pop up. Bam, bam. 2 more. Bam, bam. You're hot. That's right. Your finely tuned martial arts body is going to help you with the trap shooting. You move from grassland to seaside, and from seaside to desert, and then to a lakeside. Always relaxed. Always alert. You've got only 3 shots each time. Make them count. Who's who? You're alone. On the prowl. In a dense forest and marshy grassland. Target. Shoot! It's that quick. A rapid shot earns you big points. Spot them fast and take them quick. That's the name of this game. For each round, there are 10 targets, 2 at a time. You got 3 shots. Hits are shown in red, misses in white. Shoot quick and shoot straight. The faster your shot or the greater the distance, the higher your score. Oops, try again. If you don't get the required number of hits, it's game over. Reload and try again. Helpful hints. You've only got 3 shots each time, so do a good job, basically. Helpful hints. Do a good job shooting. So that's that. Now, I did briefly check one more manual because I wanted to see. I just thought the name was cool, Golvellius, and I think this one has a lot of reading to do. So we're gonna just go ahead and give it a try. Thanks all for staying with me. Appreciate it. Thanks all for sticking through Black Belt, which I do apologize for. So here we go. Golvellius, Valley of Doom. Rex, Valley of Doom! Exclamation point. Rex, in the language of kings, it means tyrant. Also just Latin, I think. It was a title used in legend to describe Golvellius, an evil king who had destroyed his kingdom and disappeared 1,000 years ago. Under new kings, the country was reborn, and new decades of peace and prosperity. In time, the kingdom became known as Alaid, after the current ruler, the good king Alaid. The kingdom had only had one problem. For water, the people had to go to the river valley, but the people of Alaid were honest and hardworking, so they didn't mind the walk. Until demons began to appear in the valley. Shit! God damn it. The tales of these are just good and honest people who like a walk. But the demons are here. The tales of demons continued to grow. And when people who went to the valley for water failed to return, the feared name Golvellius, once used to scare bad children, was whispered from stall to stall in the marketplace. And the Valley of Life now became the Valley of Doom. The good King Alaid was so worried that he fell sick with remorse. Only a magical medicinal herb called Maya, found on the valley floor, could save him. So, against all objections, his good and faithful daughter, the Princess Rena, journeyed to the valley to obtain the herb. She never returned. The people knew what had happened. The evil Golvellius has captured her, and nobody was brave enough to get her back. Then a wandering lad with wild green hair and a taste for adventure came into the village. His name was Kalesis, which is the language of the kingdom of which in the language of the kingdom of Alaid meant Bane of Demons. So, I mean, it's lucky to be born with that name, I suppose, given the context. Kalesis listened to the story of the missing princess. He listened to the terrible legends of Golvellius. Then he looked at a picture, what kind of... the Peepoo 1000. Then he looked at a picture of Princess Rena and fell in love. After that, there was no stopping him. He said, I'm going to go into the valley for Rena. Any who tries to stop me shall feel the bite of my sword, which is a normal thing people say when they're being very normal. Kalesis entered the cave leading to the Valley of Doom, and thus began his quest. Kalesis seems like he'd be a prime target for, like, catfishing. Okay. The object of Golvellius. The evil Golvellius has kidnapped the Princess Rena. Yep, we know that. As Kalesis, you must get her back. He has hidden her somewhere in the valley, but beware, the valley is long and wide and filled with surprises. Golvellius has sent 7 of his fiercest demons to stop you. Before you do battle with Golvellius, you must defeat his demons. You will find them in caves hiding throughout the valley floor. Some caves can be opened by defeating some of the wild beasts of the valley. Some will appear when certain objects are struck with your sword. But despair not, for in some caves you will find fairies, sorceresses, and wise women who will help you in many ways. If you die in the course of your quest, write down the password that appears. By entering this password, you will be able to begin the game from the opening of the valley, if you get that far, with all your possessions intact. Now get in there and save the princess. Can't you hear her calling for help? Scary. Maybe she just screams the entire game off in the distance. Using the password feature. I think that's cool. Big Bitey. Yes, the pointing the sword collection. This is the Big Bitey the sword. Kalesis is walking over here. This doesn't look like a particularly safe place to walk, but I guess that's sort of how this goes. Golvellius takes place above and below ground, so you got different kind of play modes, which is pretty cool. Lots of good stuff here. Oh, know thy friends. Here are the friendly folk you will meet in the course of the game. They'll all turn up from time to time, and each has something special to offer. You got the wise woman, who will have special items that you need to complete the game. These wise women are kind despite their sharp wit, but remember that you will have to pay for many of their items. Rio is full of interesting hints and occasional bits of humor. She loves snow cones. Okay. You got Annie, who is dead, it appears. If your life meter is running low, Annie will restore it. for a price. You got Randar. Randar kind of came out of nowhere here for me, folks. This is not exactly what I was expecting from the next character. For the minor sum of 150 pieces of gold, Randar will restore your life meter and all your life potions. What a deal! When you're in need, Randar is a good friend indeed. He was flying below the Randar for me until I saw him just now. I'm glad he's here. Yeah, me too. Andrew Elmore says, I love these blue ink monochrome screenshot prints. I love this too. The Master System stuff being just the sort of blue and white is very nice. And it is helping me with my migraine today. You got Dina. For some of your life potion, Dina will give you gold. It really doesn't hurt so bad when she puts the bite on you. Then we got Winkle. Winkle has the ability to see into the future and give you a password. When she does, write it down and use it to get back in the game if you die. Special items, you got your long sword and your zest boots, which are nice. Just sprinkle some lemon skin. What is it? What's the outside of a fruit called? See, this is what happens. What happens when I get a bad migraine is I forget my words and I have a hard time capturing them and using them. That's the phrase. And for some reason, I'm just rind is the word I'm looking for. Thank you very much. Just put some lemon rind on the zest boots. A joke is always best when you forget the key word in it and then have to back yourself back into explaining it. So I'm glad I was able to do that. As a wise woman will give you these when you enter the cave to the valley. Zest boots allow you to quickly regain your footing after an enemy attack. You got Remedia's shield. You got Mia green and Mia purple and Mia culpa. Mia is a magical herb that will restore life. This is the herb Arena went looking for. There are two kinds. The green will restore 1/4 of your life. The purple will restore 1/2 of your life. So you've got this kind of the standard Bammer Maya, and then you've got Purple Haze over here. Arazusa's shield, Aresta's pendant, the Valley sword. The Valley sword, this one only works when you're in the San Fernando Valley. That's the sword they use in Clueless when they go up to the party in the valley. I don't know what I'm talking about. You got Aqua Boots. You got a Bible. The Bible increases the amount of gold you may own. These days, I believe it. You need Bibles. You need Bibles because some items in this game are very expensive. Now, there you go. You need Bibles because some items in this game are very expensive. I think I'm going to screenshot that one for later. Life Potion. Buy every life potion you can. Golvelius and his demons are very strong and can do much damage when they strike you. You've got Ramurasu's pendant, the Ring of Invincibility, Ascent Boots, Mirror, Crystal, and you got the Legendary Sword, which I think is great. Know thy enemies. Oh, look at these guys. These enemies appear throughout the valley. Be careful. Some may look the same in different colors, but are much more powerful. Snake, potato bug, bat, spider, troll, bee, porcupig, water spirit, fire spirit, Coranda, fly, and vortex. Vortex is here on loan from Disc Room, the amazing game that's available now on all systems. Disc Room, I highly recommend it if you haven't played it yet. It's fantastic, and you can see Vortex in it, presumably. Pretty cool stuff. So yes, Dev's, I'm a little late to this. The more a joke is explained, the funnier it becomes. And that was really what I was going for. And that's really kind of been the theme of this whole episode in a lot of ways, is just how do we take a good bit and run it into the ground? And that's the good bit run into the ground of the week, sponsored by Spindrift. Disc Room. Please buy it. Tag yourself. The troll, right? The troll's obviously, the snake is cool, but the troll, right? We like the troll. We're not done though. We got jellyfish, frog, crow, mole, basket worm, stone knight, pygmy skeleton, death lord, a tick, just sort of a standard tick. Yep, absolutely. We get those here too. They get on your dog. Watch out. Shark fin, flea, rat, snakelet, and giant snake. Here's some demons. These are the minions of Golvelius. Each is strong and fierce. Only by defeating them will you be able to get the 7 crystals from the wise women. First, we've got the Peepoo 1000. No, unfortunately, we don't. We've got Desba. We got Saipa. We got Taruba. We got Phosbus. Welcome, Phosbus. We got Waruso, Jazba, and Heidi. And then we got Golvelius. I love this. Welcome to Desba, Saipa, Taruba, Fosbus, Waruso, Jazba, and Heidi. Congratulations to everybody. Heidi's looking a little worse for wear. Potentially some more sunscreen will help. Golvelius, we have no idea what Golvelius looks like. Write down your passwords. They'll make returning to the game after the power has been shut off much easier. Go ahead and write your score in there. And please, again, feel free to call Sega. If you're calling long distance, here's an 800 number, which I appreciate. I think that's pretty important. They are open 9 to 5 Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Do not return your Sega cartridge to your retail seller. Never do it. Just in general, never do it. Always send it directly. Walk it up to the store. To the publisher and make them handle it right there. So there's some good stuff going on in this manual. I really appreciate it. We're kind of done here today. I don't know. Just going to see what's Impossible Mission looking like. Should we take a look at that real quick? Oh, yeah. So the European manuals had a real different vibe. Here's Bruce Willis doing, I'm not totally sure what. I think he's jumping. I'm not entirely sure what. Bruce, hope you're doing okay. Let's look at some Impossible Mission. Also available from Sega and US Gold, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade Gauntlet and Paperboy. This is, oh my god. To succeed in the Impossible Mission, you must penetrate the rooms and tunnels of Elvin's underground stronghold, avoid his robot defenders, and put together his secret password. Then you can enter Elvin's control room and put a stop to his plans. That's pretty cool. Pour réussir la mission impossible, vous devez pénétrer les chambres et tunnels de la forteresse souterraine d'Elvin. Terrain of Delvin. Well, there you go. I'm not going to read any more of this, but that's what that looks like. Joe Montana football. Maybe we'll get a little info on Joe. Old Joe. There was a town in the state of Montana that at peak Niners mania renamed itself Joe. And my dad went and did an episode of his local travel show in Montana, far away from the Bay Area, to celebrate. And I still, to this day, have a shirt that says, "Don't pass up Joe Montana." And it's a picture of Joe Montana on a horse over Montana, a map of Montana, and then there's like an end zone goalpost thing at the end. So don't pass up Joe Montana, and don't pass up Joe Montana football on the Sega Master System, although we might. I just want to see. Suit up. You're about to hit the field with Joe Montana, the greatest quarterback to ever call a play. Joe is the highest rated passer in NFL history, snapping up 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He is controlled, agile, brilliant, and on your team. He can use his well-trained martial arts body to play football. Feeling lucky? Use your D button. Okay, so there you go. So it's a football. It's a football manual, I guess. There's a lot to read here. Should we read it? Nope. Joe knows. Quarterbacks are most accurate at shorter passes. Cool. Well, there we go. Anyway, this is where my mind is at right now. Any of these have good graphics? Cool art? Whoa. This is kind of cool. We're not reading this, though, folks. I can't do it, but look at this art. This is hurting my eyes, though. I'm going to be honest. This red is rough right now for me. But look at this art. Oh, my God. Can you do this? A person on fire. This poor woman and this guy's just running away. This is bleak. I don't know what's happening in this manual. Oh, it's a fire. It is about fire, people. But that's, man, could have done a better job. That woman is literally on fire. Here we go. The people you're going to save. I like that different people get different points. Salaryman, 300 points. Just random woman, 300 points. Girl boss, 500 points. 500 points for the cat. Yes. Old lady, 300 points. Bad guy, only 100 points. Doctor, 500 points. And then kids are just 100 points. I'm not totally sure what's going on here. Whoa. You're going to get a lot of points if you rescue the jazzerciser, the princess. This person, sumo guy, gets you 1,000 points. Another old man. Wow, look at this. 3,000 points. I presume there's some cultural stuff going on that I'm not familiar with, but this person didn't make it. Anyway, that's that manual. Just read all these manuals. Just read all these manuals without any sort of thought process behind any of it. Yeah. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. We probably don't need to know too much about that. Olympic Gold Ninja Gaiden. The Ninja. in the United States. Throughout your journey to the Okami Castle, you'll battle evil ninja warriors. Once there, you must destroy their leader, Gyokuro. Only then will you be able to save the princess from her prison inside the castle. Pretty cool looking guy. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Ooh, Pit Fighter. Oh, Pit Fighter Europe. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call it. I can't do this anymore. My headache is killing me right now. Thank you. If anybody else has stayed in, Andrew Elmore, thank you for hanging and chatting. Thank you to everybody for hanging and chatting. It was good to see all y'all. Go on. Enjoy your Wednesday. Be good to yourselves. We did it, folks. I'm going to go nurse this headache for a little bit. I'll see you all. Again, probably online, I guess, right? But then next week at least. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for hanging with me. Road Blaster intro. Let's do this one again. I like the video.